Oh, there we go. How's everybody doing? Good? Sweet. All right. Well, I figure many of you might not have seen a magic show in a while. Maybe this is your first time watching a magic show. So I figured we'd do a little bit of a warm up. This is it's not exactly a magic trick. It's just something to get your brain used to the idea of watching magic tricks. So basically, I've got a piece of rope. It's got two ends and it's got a middle. The ends are on the ends and the middle's in the middle. Normally, I don't have to say that. It's a magic show. It's going to get a little weird. Check this out. You can take these ends just like this. You tie them into a knot. You get a circle. You take imaginary scissors. You can actually just cut the rope right there, which, sorry, that got weird really quick. So you got two pieces of rope. Now you've got a long piece of rope and a short piece. Here, let me untie them so that you can see what we're dealing with. Two pieces of rope. So you take these ends just like this. You can actually get them to stretch just a little bit. So they're both about the exact same size. I get it. Sorry, no, it's a little bit confusing. Here, let's just start over. It's a piece of rope. It's got two ends and it's got a middle. I'll backtrack a little fast. I'll take this end right here. That's the end on my right and put it on my left hand. So the left end and the right end are on my left. It's your right. I'm going to take the middle in my right hand. That's your left. The two middles of the middle are in the middle. That's your middle and it's also my middle. We following? All right, good. And take those magic scissors. We're going to cut the rope one more time. That's two pieces of rope now. You've seen me do that already. Watch this. Take these ends just like this. You tie them into a knot and you get, get something that acts like a piece of rope. The longer you look at it, though, the more confusing it gets because now you realize you have one end on each end, two ends in the middle, and two middles about a quarter of the way from each end. Sorry, it's a little confusing. We're going to try to keep it simple here. If you blow on the knot, you get the ends to come off the knot. You get the knot to come off the rope. It's just a piece of rope with two ends and a mid. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's try this here. I'll take these ends because the confusing thing really is the fact that there's three things to watch. You got to watch these ends and you got to watch the middle. That's three things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of two of the things. Get rid of the ends. Now, two ends are a rope with no ends. You just got to watch the middle of the rope. It's just the middle. It's just. You see the ends the whole time, right? So it's not super helpful. I'll put the ends in my pocket. So you know where they are. The ends are in my pocket. They're going to stay in my pocket. But because they're in my pocket, you don't have to keep track of them. You know where they are. But because they're in my pocket, you don't look at them so they don't distract you. You're going to snap that. You look at my pocket. That's a middle in my pocket. There's two ends up in my hand. Piece of rope with two ends and a middle. You guys feeling warmed up? Yeah? Sweet. Oh, you can take a look at this, by the way. You can pull on that. That's a normal rope, right? There's no clasp, no magnets, no trapdoors, elephants, smoke chambers, nothing. No, yeah, it's kind of weird. Let's try this. This is going to be a little bit interactive. So I'm going to come around. I'm going to ask y'all to help me with a couple things. Don't be scared. Oh, we have an envelope here. This is going to go inside, and we're going to use this just a little bit later. Okay. So I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to ask a couple people to stand up if you don't mind. Let's go all the way over here. Hi. What's your name? Fernanda, would you be willing to stand for a second? And I'll just say right there. Actually, would you take a look at that magazine? Make sure it's just a normal magazine. Make sure there's nothing weird about it. There's nothing cut out or highlighted or anything weird like that. And then would you stand as well? Is that okay? Hi. And then would you stand as well? And 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Would you stand? Is that okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And then we're gonna go over here, and everybody just stops making eye contact with me, which is great. Fantastic. Oh, would you help me? Is that okay? Oh, sorry, yeah. Is that okay? Hi. Would you take a look at this magazine? Make sure it is just a normal magazine. There's nothing cut out, nothing weird about it. And would you stand? Is that okay? And we'll come over here. Hi. Would you stand? Is that okay? And would you stand? Is that okay? Thank you. Okay. So we have about 8 of y'all standing. So here's the deal. The 8 of you who are standing, here are your instructions. In a moment, the magazine is going to come to you. When you get the magazine, what I'd like you to do is pick a word in the magazine that's a long, interesting word. So open it up. If you'll notice, there's some pages that have a lot of pictures. Don't pick one of those. Pick a page that has an article. So pick a page that has like an article, and then pick a long word, maybe 7, 8, or 9 letters long. Something that would be hard for me to guess, if that makes sense. So once you have your word, go ahead and pass the magazine to somebody else who is standing. So once you have a word that's nice and long, go and pass the magazine to somebody else. Again, just open it up to a page that has a nice long article, find a word that's 7, 8, 9 letters long, and pass it along to one of the other people who is standing. I'll give you all just a couple of minutes to do this. Now, basically, the reason we're doing this is I want to get a sense of the room. I've tried to pick someone from each table. That way we've got an idea of kind of where people in the room, how people in the room are thinking tonight. If you've ever watched the movie Ghostbusters, you've seen the moment where they're kind of sitting in a room and one person is holding up cards with symbols on them and the other person's trying to guess what they are. We're going to try this, but instead of 1 out of 5, which is there are 5 symbols on those cards, we're actually going to try with, however many thousand words are in these magazines. So once you're done, and I think they've got some on this side. So are you good? Fantastic. And are we, where's our, there it is. Awesome. Fantastic. Did everybody get a chance to see a word? Yes? Okay. Everybody's going? Yes? Okay. Think about your words. Now, the reason I have so many of you too is because this isn't an exact science. So I'm going to go for as much as I can here, and hopefully some will be spot on. But I'm going to say there's a word over here that starts with an H. There's also a word over here that starts with a T. I'm going to say there's an E and an A together. There's also a Y at the end of a word over here. We've got a C and an O. Could the 8 of you close your eyes for a moment? Just focus on your words. Don't react. If I say something that freaks you out a little bit, don't show it on your face. Just keep a poker face. I'm gonna say there's an L and a Y. Okay, here's the words I'm gonna say. Just listen closely. Heartbreakingly, grandchildren, uncomfortably, economists, thoughtlessly, independence, possibilities, sportsmanship. Open your eyes. If I said your word, sit down. All right, that's pretty good. Thank you. So now that you don't trust me, for my next trick, I need your wallets. No, I'm serious. I need your wallets. In fact, what I need is someone's driver's license. So if you have your driver's license, would you hold it up? I'm going to take the first driver's license that I see. I need somebody with a driver's license. Anybody willing to hold up your driver's license first? I see you right over here. What's your name? Holden? Holden. That is correct. Holden, would you join me up here? Let's give Holden a hand, everybody. Keep it in mind, it could have been you. Well, you can stand right here on the floor in front of the stage. You need to come all the way up here. Holden, of all the people who are in this room tonight, who looks trustworthy?
Yeah, my girlfriend.
Where's she at?
The one.
Oh, she was part of the thing. With yeah. Okay, so you're gonna have to do something else for us tonight. He just picked you. Yeah. There's a little purple bag. Would you hold on to that? Don't look inside it. Don't open it. Don't let anything come out of it. And more importantly, don't let anything go into it. Okay? Is that okay? All right, cool. All right, Holden. Now, your driver's license tells me a few things about you. For example, it tells me you were born in December. Yeah, that's not mind reading. That's just reading. Holden, could you verify for everybody you do see that in there? Yes?
See it.
Can you, with your right hand, can you just pinch the corner right there? Make sure you can feel it. Yep. Hold it right there. And then with your left hand, can you hold your left hand about right there? Perfect. I'm going to get away from you as far as I can, actually. Because Holden, what we're about to do is I'm about to make your driver's license disappear. So normally I don't tell you what the magic trick is going to be. It's just all about the element of surprise. But in this case, it's so impossible. You're not going to believe me even if I tell you. It's going to disappear. And I'm going to be nowhere near it. It sounds ridiculous because you literally just saw me put it in there. You can feel it right now. Yeah, it's going to be gone. We'll see. Whenever you're ready. Just, I'm going to ask you whenever you're ready to just toss it into your other hand. Make sure you're close enough to where you can catch it. Now, what's going to happen is as soon as it hits your left hand, I'm talking like the second that envelope hits your left hand, it's going to disappear. It's going to be gone. Whenever you're ready. Oh, do you feel anything in there? Look inside. Do you see anything in there? No, then your driver's license is completely gone.
I do need it.
That's the trick. I'm sorry?
I do need
Oh,
it.
that's fair. Did you drive or did she drive?
She drove.
Then you don't need it back.
I don't know how bad a driver I am.
That's fair. You've been holding on to that little purple bag this whole time though, right? Were you holding it when we took the driver's license and we put it inside the envelope? Yeah. I mean, you've been holding it, you were holding it and we came up here, we put it in there, and then I'm like, you can see it in there and you were holding it. And he was like, I can feel that driver's license in the envelope and you were holding it. And then I said, you're gonna toss it into your hand, it's gonna disappear, and you were holding it. And this whole time when it disappeared, you were holding it. And nothing's come into it, nothing's come out of it. How does the bag feel? Cold. Well, would you go over and take the bag? And as you do so, yeah, go ahead. Just verify for us. She is correct that the bag does feel cold. Yeah, would you bring the bag up here for a second? Now you'll notice that there's a little Ziploc bag sticking out of the top of that little purple bag. Would you grab the little top of that Ziploc bag and pull it out top of it? What do you see? Looks like ice. Looks like ice with a driver's license in it. This is like literally frozen inside of a block of ice is a driver's license. You can touch that. Is that real ice? And you can see that's like sealed all the way around. That's like actually like that's real. It's like literally melting in my hands as we speak. Here we are. You can see that. You feel that this is real ice. Yes. You can touch that. That's real. That's actually in there. And here's the thing: you see a driver's license in there. Now that could be anybody's driver's license. Would you hold the little Ziploc bag up again? I'm just gonna drop this back in there. I'm just saying. Now we could wait for that to melt, or we are. Let me just zip this up a little bit. Try to do our best. Would you reach in that? We pull that out. Holden, is that your driver's license? Let's give Holden a hand, everybody. You're fantastic. Thank you. Ooh. Well, I figure at this point, it's only fair for me to try to show you all how magic tricks work. Would you all like to learn the secret to a magic trick? Yeah? No, maybe? Who doesn't want to learn the secret to it? Honestly, it's just the two of y'all in the back. And that's fair, because y'all kind of organize this thing. Y'all busy right now? Do y'all have a sec? Y'all have a sec? Do you have a sec? Yeah, come on over here. Let's give these guys a hand. I mean, they've literally been organizing this whole thing. Here's the deal. Because of the setup of the room right now. Yeah. Because of the setup of the room right now, if you're in a place behind these pillars where you can't see what's going to happen, feel free to move your chair, stand up, move around, because you're going to want to see this. I want to make sure you guys all have a good view here. If you can't see either of these two gentlemen, make sure you position your chairs, move up. Yeah, there you go. These guys right up here. Position yourselves in a spot where you can see what's about to happen. Because I'm about to teach you all how to do a magic trick using their help. In fact, you're going to want to. You have your iPhone? Yeah, get your camera out. Start filming. All right, here we go. First things first, we got a piece of rope. You examine this rope. Make sure there's no nothing weird about it. There's no trapdoors, there's no magnets, there's no clasp, nothing. Just like the other one. This one does have some piece of blue tape to keep the ends from fraying. It's a little longer than the one we were using earlier. Just make sure it is still a normal rope. And we also have a mug. Would you take a look at this mug? Make sure it is just a normal mug. You can pull on it. You can make sure that there's nothing magnetic. There you go. Nothing sticky. Nothing slides around. Everything fair? Sure. All right. Cool. Would you hold on to one end of the rope for me? I'm gonna take the other one. Would you hold on to that end of the rope? Now watch. My goal is to take this mug. And I'm gonna hang it on the rope. It's gonna hang by the handle without either of you letting go of the ends. Does that seem possible?
We'll see. Probably not.
Probably not. It's actually a lot easier than it sounds. All you do is pinch it right there. You pull it through the handle. You make an opening in the loop. You pull the mug through, tie the knot, and there you go. It's a mug hanging on the rope by the handle. Well, it is possible, but keep in mind that that's how magic tricks start. You start with something that seems impossible, but actually has a solution. That's how magicians design magic tricks. Granted, the trick here wasn't in how to tie that knot. That's easy. The trick is in figuring out how to word something. So you all thought you knew what I meant, but I actually meant something entirely different. Does that make sense? All right. But the reason this is a puzzle and not a magic trick is because we have not layered in illusion, which is what we're about to do. So one more look at the rope, one more look at the mug, and I'm going to grab these blindfolds. These are for you, gentlemen.
Okay.
We are going to leave the two of you in the dark for a moment. The reason for it is I want them to see how this works and understand how magicians create magic. So go ahead and put these blindfolds on for just a second. He's like, I don't trust you. The hat. Yeah, we can hold the hat. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here, I'll put the hat behind you for a second. Well,
No, I need the hat.
you need the hat. All right. You good? Nice. All right. Go ahead and hold on to the mug for me with your right hand. There you go. And we're good. I'm gonna create a bit of an illusion here. Hold your left hand out for me, Jacob. Hold on to that end of the rope. Hold on to that end of the rope. Now lift your blindfold up for just a quick second. Make sure you can see exactly what the situation is here. You've got one end of the rope, he's got one end of the rope, you've got the mug, yes? All right. Cool. Blindfolds down real quick. Here we go. No peeking. And take the mug. Now, if you don't let go of your end of the rope, Jacob, he doesn't let go of his end of the rope. Is there any way that mug could end up on that rope? Actually hanging by the handle? Unlikely. Unlikely. On the count of three, lift up your blindfolds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Take a look.
What the actual heck?
There's a mug on the rope. You can let go. You can let go. Look at that. That's actually on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on there.
That was a joke that went over his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. On to that. On to that. We're gonna do this again.
Blindfold again?
Yeah. Make sure you've got the same rope. Yeah, it's your choice, bro. I told you. Yeah, you're already committed to the bit. It's fine. So here's the deal. We'll do this again. All right. This time, Jacob, hold your right hand out. One more time. Hold on to the mug. Hold it over the rope, just like that. Don't move. Fantastic. Now, if you don't let go of your end of the rope and he doesn't let go of his end of the rope, is there any way possible, Jacob, that mug could end up on that rope?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, you can feel it. You can feel the rope under the mug, yes?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
disconnected for
They're
sure.
disconnected for sure. In a second, I'm going to have you drop the mug. The mug is going to fall through the air. It's going to land on the rope, melt through the handle like magic. Are you ready?
I guess.
Ready? I count 3. Ready? Drop. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Drop. Open up your blindfold. Take a look, dude.
What?
That's insane. Here, pull that off of there.
Pull the bug out?
Yeah. Take a look. There's nothing there. Yeah. It's insane, man. I have no idea. Here, I'm gonna grab a little bandana here. You guys can take the blindfolds all the way off. We're not gonna use those anymore.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great, Jim.
Thank you. Use a little bandana instead. Hold on to the.
Oh. I didn't mean to hit you there.
That's completely intentional, actually.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to whip you in the fire.
That doesn't help.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man. Well, I don't know where we go from here then.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh man. All right. Well, here, let's. I don't know if I can trust you with this rope anymore. Hold on to that end of the rope for me. Make sure you can see it going through the handle there. Yeah. All right. You see the rope going through the handle? All right. Here we go. We're gonna cover up the mug with the bandana. That way we know that it's there. Would you pull the rope taut so that it hangs right about here? All right, here's the idea. Yeah, hold it right there. That's good. Now, the idea is that so far, I've been telling you how to get a mug on a rope. I've told you nothing about how to get a mug off a rope. And that's an entirely different thing. But hopefully, you've learned enough about how magic tricks work by now that you realize, or at least appreciate, the way that illusions are built just a little bit more. Take a count of 3. 2, 3. Mug off a rope. Let's give these guys one huge hand, everybody. You guys are fantastic. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Oh, man. Well, the reason I wanted to share that with y'all is because a lot of times people ask me how to do magic. And my answer is always the same. It's look, a magic trick is an illusion that's presented theatrically for entertainment. Excuse me, for entertainment. Illusions are all about discerning truth. Entertainment's about doing something good for the people in front of you. Theater is about showcasing something in a beautiful way. Those 3 elements that we know as the transcendentals: truth, beauty, goodness. Presented in this combination is like a magic trick, and it creates joy and wonder. But truth, beauty, goodness create joy and wonder when together in any situation. And so I tell people, you don't have to learn how to do a magic trick in order to make people feel the way magic tricks make people feel. You just have to share truth, beauty, and goodness with them in whatever way you're able to. And tonight, we're doing that in a very unique way through this amazing organization, giving people joy and wonder. And here's the thing: is we're not going to get to see it, right? We're not going to get to see the smile on their faces in that moment for most of us. And so it's one of those cool ways that we're called to trust and hope and know that we're doing something good for someone. We're creating that magic for someone who would not get to experience it otherwise, because we're doing it from here. We're doing it from miles away, which I think is even crazier. I remember the days back during the pandemic when we were doing Zoom magic shows, and we were just like, it was weird. It was like, at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to be the same. But there's actually something crazy about being able to cause an effect in another room. I remember we were doing card tricks, and then somebody else in a room miles away from me would have the magic happen in their hands. And there was something that as magicians, we were talking about. We go, there's something to this. Like, it's even more magical that the magic that we're doing magic from miles and miles and miles and miles away. Like, that makes it even the impact of this even stronger. And it's the same here tonight. Is we're gathering here in a room, creating an impact for people miles and miles and miles away, doing something, much more special than a magic show, as we're giving them, something that they need, something they need to live. So I'm grateful for all of you for coming here tonight, for your generosity and supporting this incredible organization. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night as well. We've got more entertainment coming up, and it seems like we've got desserts. So I'm gonna get back to my seat and have one of those great looking desserts. But thank you all for spending your time here tonight. Thank you all for having me. Take care, everybody.